Be'ez Hashem's Baruch, we begin Perek Shlishi, the third chapter in the Rambam's Hilchos, the Torah, the laws of the foundations of the Torah, in the Sefer Mad, the book of knowledge. And with that, we continue on from Maisa Merkava, which were the first two prakim, to now Maisa Bereshis, the acts of creation, which in this perek we discuss regarding the spheres and the four foundations that there are, which, as Rambam gives halacha aleph regarding the order of the stars, the planets that we have in our world. Hagagalim, the spheres, Heim HaMikram, they're what's called Shemayim, heaven, Berikia, firmament, Zvul, habitation, Barobe, skies. These are the names of the heavens. Veim Tisha Gagalim, and they are 9 spheres, which the creation was in, so to speak, in circles, and these are what's above us that surrounds our planet. Now, Galgal HaKarv Mimenum, the sphere that's the closest from them, Hu Galgal HaYirech, that's the sphere of the moon. And again, these are, you could call them orbits, you could call them spheres, but these are what surrounds our planet. The second one that's above that, Hu Galgal, that's a sphere, that has in it a planet that's called Kaichev, which literally means to say a star or planet, but it actually refers to Mercury. And the third planet that's above it, Shabai Noiga, which means shining, but refers to Venus. V'galgal Ravi, and the fourth planet, Shabai Chamo, which has in it the sun. V'galgal Chamishi, and the fifth planet, Shabai Madam, which has in it, means the red one, but refers to Mars. V'galgal Shishi, and the sixth planet, Shabai Koichev Tzedek, which has in it the planet of justice, which refers to Jupiter. V'galgal Shvi, and the seventh planet, the sphere, Shabai Shabsoi, which has in it Saturn, which means the sabbatical, Shabbos. V'galgal Shmini, and the eighth sphere, Shabai, which has in it Shor Kol HaKochavim Shenir Berikia. We know there's Uranus, there's other planets, the Rambam doesn't name it over here, but that's the eighth sphere, which has in it all other stars which we see in our firmament. And V'galgal Tashi, and the ninth sphere, Hu Galgal HaChayz B'chol Yoyim Min Mizrach L'Ma'ariv. That's the sphere that goes around every day from east to west. And that's what goes around and surrounds all the rest. He says, and this that you see all the stars, they all look to us as if they're in the same sphere. Although, as we just described, they're actually one above the other. That's because these spheres are pure and translucent, like glass and like sapphire. Therefore, it looks like the stars that are really in the eighth sphere, as if they're even beneath the first sphere. But the truth is, these are different levels where these planets are in these spheres all around in different orbits outside of our planet. Now, every one of these spheres, from these 8 spheres that have in them the stars, they actually divide it into many spheres, one above the other, like the layers of an onion, which are connected one and the other. From them you have you have those that the spheres that its orbit is from west to east. You have from those they go around from east to west, like the ninth sphere that goes from east to west. Now, between in all of them, you don't have between them any open space from one to the next. Now, all these spheres, they're not light, they're not heavy. I mean, they don't have the same matter as the substance we have in our planet. They don't have a red appearance, not a black appearance, there's not any other appearances. But this that we see them as if they're blue. That's just to the appearance of the eye, because of the height of it, how it is in the atmosphere, in the airspace. They don't only taste, they don't only smell. Because those types of realities are only in the physical beings that are beneath them, but not in this olam hagagalim, not in the world of these spheres. Now, all these spheres that surround the world, they're all round like a ball, which, like we mentioned before, the sage just said there's nothing that was square that was created in the 6 days of creation. They're all round. And the earth is suspended in the middle of these orbits. Now, you have for some of these planets, galgalim katanim, small spheres, that are established in. Now, but the ein eisem hagagal makif mes haaretz. Now, but these spheres don't surround the earth. El galgal cotton. Only a small sphere, she'ein makav, which does not go around. That's kavu b'galgal gadol, that is actually established in the large sphere hamakav that does go around the earth. Halacha hey. Now, misper kol galgalim hamakif mes kol. Now, the number of the spheres that go around the entire world are shmeina asar, are 18. Now, the number of the spheres that are small, that don't go around, are shmeina, are 8. Now, from the goings of the planets, the idea shir svivasam, and the knowing of the measurement of their going around, every single day, every single hour. This that they tilt towards the north or towards the south. And how high they are from the ground and how close they are. You'll know all the numbers of these spheres, and the form of their travels, and the way of their orbit of how they go around. And this is the wisdom of the calculation of the seasons, mazalis, and of astronomy, of knowing the constellations. There are many books that were authored by the Greek sages on these topics. Regarding the Gilgal, the orbit of the Mazalis. Now, Galgal Tashi, the 9th sphere, Shumakav Atakol, which that is the largest one that goes around everything. The earliest sages divided them into 12 parts. And every single part they gave a name. Al Shem Tzurazu, based on the form that you could see from the stars that are beneath it, which are actually directly beneath it, and this is what's called mazel, which literally means to say from the word of noizla, flow, which is regarding the divine flow that happens to the person, which there's 12 months in the year, and each mazel has, and there's also 12 hours in the day. There's different ways of how the 12, but that's what goes around. Shashmaisim, that the names are, and these are goes, like we said, for the 12 months of the year, each one has one of these going from Nisan all the way to Adar. So you have Tola, the lamb, Shoer, the ox, Ta'imim, twins, Sart and crab, and they're well known by their Latin names. Aryeh, lion, Besula, virgin, Miznayim, scale, Akrab, scorpion, Keshes, a bow, Gedi, the goat, Gli, the bucket, and Dugam, fish, which again, because of how it appeared, the stars beneath that, and that it gave that appearance, and that's what's going around in that largest sphere, and we see that, and that would give that type of flow to the world of how it manifests in the nature of the world. Halacha Zayin. Now, Galgal Tashi Atzma. Now, the 9th sphere itself, this is actually the stars that are right beneath the 9th one. Therefore, they called it with those 12 divisions. But the 9th sphere itself, Ein By Lechaluka, doesn't have any division. No form. We call it Tzura from all these different forms. No planet. It's only from the connection of the stars that are in the 8th sphere that it seems, with the large stars, that there are the form of these figures, or something close to that. Now, these 12 forms, they actually were not exact opposite those parts, only time of the Great Flood. That's when they gave them these names. But already in these times, it already moved a little bit. Because all the stars that are on the 8th sphere, they all go around, like the sun and the moon do, but they go around very slow, very heavily. The amount of time it takes for the sun, what it moves in one day, that each one of these stars in the 8th sphere go correlating, it takes them close to 70 years. But it does move, and there is not exactly to those 12 parts that they divided what would be in the 9th sphere. Now, regarding the measurement and regarding the characteristics, so Halacha Ches says, regarding all the planets that are seen, the stars, there are small stars, that the earth is larger than one of them, But now there are large stars, that each one of them is larger than the earth many times over. Now, so the earth is larger than the moon. It's 40 times larger than the size of the moon. Now at the same time, the sun is larger than the earth, like around 170 times larger than planet Earth. The moon is it's 1/6,800 min hashemesh from the sun, approximately. Now, you don't have from all the planets / stars any planet larger than the sun, and neither none is smaller than Koichav, which is in the second sphere. Halacha test. All the planets and all the spheres, kulam bali nefesh. They all have a soul, the deya, and intelligence, v'haskil, and understanding him that they have. And they're alive. They stand and they recognize the one who said and created the world, meaning God. Every one of them, according to his greatness, according to his level, they glorify and they praise to their creator, like the malachim do, which is the world on top. Just like they recognize HaKadosh Baruch Hu, so they recognize themselves. And they recognize the malachim that are above them. Now, the intelligence of the planets and of the spheres is less than the intelligence of the malachim, but it's greater than the intelligence of the human beings. Halacha Yud, regarding the four foundations of this world, God created beneath the sphere of the moon, one matter, that's not like the matter of the spheres. Now, this matter, he created four forms of it. But it's not like the form of the spheres. Now, every one of these forms was attached to some part of this matter. Now, the first form is is the form of the fire. It attached to some of this matter. Now, from the two of them, it made gufa esh, the literal body of fire that we have here in this world. But the second form, it's ruach, is the form of wind. It connected to some of this matter. Now, it came from both of them, gufa ruach, the body of what we have here in this world, wind. The shlish is the third form, it's the form of water. It would attach to some of this matter that came from both of them, gufa mayim, the body of the water. The tzuruvis, and the fourth form was the form of earth, which is connected to some of this matter. Now made from both of them, gufa earth, the actual body of land that we have in our earth. It comes out that beneath the firmament, the sky, is arba gufa mechalakim zel mal mazeh. You have four bodies that are separated one above the other. And each one of them makif eshelamata mimenu. It surrounds the one that's beneath it from all its sides like a sphere. Which the first body that's the closest to the sphere of the moon, is the body of fire. Beneath that is gufa haruach, is the body of wind. Lower than that is gufa mayim, the body of water. Lower than that is gufa aretz, is the body of earth. Now you don't have between them any open space without any one of these bodies. Now, these four bodies in the Bali Nefesh, they don't have a soul. They don't know, but they don't recognize that they're like dead bodies. Each one of these four entities, the primary elements of this world, they have a distinct nature. Where this element doesn't know it, but it doesn't comprehend it. He cannot change it. And this is what David says in Tehillim. Hallelujah Hashem min ha'aretz. Praise Hashem from the earth. Taninim, the sea monsters, and all the depths. Eish, uvarid, fire and hail, sheleg, snow, vikiter, and vapor. Which, these are the elements. Now, if they're dead bodies, how could they praise Him? But things that are dead cannot praise God. So, explains the Rambam, in Yad Varm, what it means to say is, Hallelujah, praise Him, b'nei adam, people. Mikvuchaisav, from his might, shetiru, that you'll see by these four elements that there was created from Ba'esh, and the fire, Uvabarad, and the hail, Ubashabrum, and all the other creatures, shetiru lamatim erkir, that you see beneath the firmament, shegvurasam tam, and the cares like cotton, that its might is constantly recognizable for small and big alike.